Let's take a moment and think about the roles we play within our families. If you're like many, you've likely been a caregiver, a guide, and a source of wisdom. You've watched your children grow, perhaps even become parents themselves, and you've offered advice, love, and care along the way. But have you ever stopped to think about how your role is evolving now that you're a bit older? Have you felt the weight of expectations, maybe even from yourself, to continue to be that rock, that caregiver, that guiding force, even as time marches on? It's a common feeling. Many of us, as we age, start to question our place in the family. We watch the younger generations take the lead in ways we once did, and sometimes it can feel as if we're being pushed to the sidelines. But here's the truth. The role of the elderly in modern families is not only important but also essential in ways that are often underestimated. You see, as life changes around us, our wisdom, experience, and even our willingness to simply listen can be a lifeline to those who need it most. We bring something unique to the table, something that goes beyond the care we give, beyond the stories we share, and even beyond the memories we hold dear. In this video, we're going to explore how the elderly, like you, still have an incredible role to play in shaping and guiding the families of today. I know that for many seniors, there's a desire to stay independent, to continue being active participants in the family's life. But it's also important to recognize that the dynamic between older family members and younger generations has shifted. Our role in these family structures has grown, changed, and sometimes even become more complex. But don't worry, this change doesn't mean we're any less important. It means we are evolving, just as our families are. Let's start with a simple but profound aspect of your role, one that's often overlooked. As we age, we hold a kind of knowledge that cannot be easily replaced. We've lived through decades of experiences, faced challenges that shaped who we are today, and accumulated wisdom that only comes with time. And it's this very wisdom that is incredibly valuable to younger generations. It's not about telling them what to do. It's about offering guidance in a way that helps them navigate their own paths. For example, think about a time when you faced a tough decision, whether it was about your career, family, or health. How did you handle it? Most likely, you took into account your past experiences, the lessons you learned along the way, and maybe even sought advice from someone older than you. This kind of wisdom is something younger generations often don't have yet. They might be seeking that same kind of guidance in their own lives. But in order for them to benefit from our experiences, we need to make sure we're still present, still connected. That brings me to the next point: the importance of being emotionally available. It's not just about being physically there for your family, although that's important, too. It's about being emotionally engaged, letting your children, grandchildren, and even your friends know that you're available to talk, to listen, and to share. Emotional support is a powerful force in any relationship, and it's something that can make a world of difference for the younger members of your family who may be going through difficult times. Think about this for a moment. How often do you find yourself comforting someone in your family? Whether it's offering a shoulder to cry on or simply being there to listen, those moments of emotional connection are priceless. In fact, studies have shown that emotional support from family members, especially older generations, can have a significant impact on the well-being and mental health of younger people. This role, being the steady, calming influence in your family, is one that you are uniquely suited for. And the best part? It's something that doesn't require a lot of physical effort, but it's incredibly impactful. Now, let's talk about another important aspect: the role of the elderly in passing down traditions and culture. In many families, it's the older generations who carry the stories, the recipes, the songs, and the traditions that make up the fabric of a family's identity. These elements are not just historical artifacts. They are living, breathing parts of who we are as a family. When we share these stories and traditions with our children and grandchildren, we help them connect with their heritage, with their past, and with a sense of continuity. For example, you might have a special recipe that's been passed down for generations, or maybe there's a holiday tradition that's been part of your family for as long as you can remember. Sharing these traditions not only keeps those customs alive but also creates opportunities for bonding. Imagine sitting down with your family, whether it's around the dinner table or during a holiday celebration, and passing along a piece of your history. These are the moments that build lasting memories, the moments that shape family identity. As we continue to evolve in our role as elders, it's important to remember that we also have a responsibility to teach the younger generations about the value of family bonds. This can sometimes feel like a challenge, especially when technology and modern life create so many distractions. But it's in these simple, intimate moments that we help younger people understand the importance of connection. You may not realize it, but your presence, whether it's helping with a grandchild's homework or simply telling a funny story, helps to foster a sense of belonging, of being part of something bigger than yourself. Now that we've touched on the wisdom, emotional support, and cultural legacy you offer, let's dive into how this role extends beyond the immediate family. In the next part of the video, we'll explore how the elderly contribute to their communities and how these contributions have a ripple effect that benefits everyone. We'll also discuss how staying active in both family and community life can improve your own sense of purpose and well-being. So stick with me, because what you're doing now, whether you realize it or not, matters more than ever. As we continue to explore the evolving role of the elderly in modern families, it's important to understand that your influence extends far beyond just providing wisdom and support to your immediate family members. In fact, the role you play in the broader community can have just as profound an impact. The truth is, the contributions of older generations are a cornerstone of society, whether it's through volunteer work, mentorship, or simply being active participants in the social fabric of the community. Let's start by considering how many families have been affected by the wisdom and stability of older family members. Many young families find themselves juggling work, childcare, and other responsibilities. And this is where you, as a senior, can step in. Whether it's helping to care for grandchildren, offering advice on parenting, or simply being a steady presence in the home, your role is invaluable. But this isn't just about providing help, it's about strengthening the family unit. By offering your time, you're creating deeper connections with the younger generations, and you're offering them the gift of stability. The lessons you've learned as a parent or grandparent are often just what the younger generation needs to hear. Think about this. If you've raised children, you know the challenges that come with balancing everything in a busy life. Now, imagine being able to offer a helping hand without the pressures of managing a full-time job or raising children of your own. This doesn't mean you have to step in as a full-time caregiver, although many grandparents happily take on that role. It's about being available when needed, offering a listening ear, or stepping in to help with tasks that would otherwise overwhelm the younger generation. This kind of support doesn't just help the family. It also boosts your sense of purpose, reminding you that you have something meaningful to contribute, no matter your age. Additionally, staying involved with your community can also provide a strong sense of belonging and purpose. Whether it's volunteering at a local organization, becoming a mentor to younger people, or simply participating in community events, these activities keep you connected and active. And that sense of involvement can be incredibly fulfilling. The world might seem like it's changing rapidly, but being part of something larger than yourself, something that keeps you rooted in tradition, in service to others, helps create a sense of meaning. In fact, research shows that seniors who are actively engaged in their communities tend to have better mental health and a greater sense of well-being. This sense of purpose can often be tied to a mental and emotional boost that we all need as we age. By contributing to the community, whether through formal volunteering or informal acts of kindness, you not only help others, but you also reinforce your own sense of value. The relationships you build with others in your community, whether they're other seniors or younger individuals, can provide you with both a social circle and a network of support. And, importantly, it allows you to see firsthand how you are making a difference. But let's not overlook the role of the elderly in fostering resilience within families. Over time, families experience challenges, financial difficulties, health scares, emotional setbacks, and so on. In these moments, the older generation often steps forward with a calm and steady approach. You've seen adversity before, and you know how to handle it. This is another aspect of your role, being a model of resilience for the younger generations. It's not just about offering advice on how to weather tough times. It's about showing them how to cope with life's difficulties, how to remain hopeful, and how to bounce back from setbacks. Think about a time when you overcame a major obstacle in your life. Maybe it was a health issue, a job loss, or a personal crisis. Whatever it was, you likely leaned on your experience and learned valuable lessons from the process. Now, consider how your family members, your children, grandchildren, or friends, might benefit from hearing about your journey and the strategies you use to get through it. Sometimes, simply sharing those stories can make all the difference, helping others see that even in the darkest of times, there is hope and strength to be found. The impact of your resilience is not only emotional, it can also be practical. For instance, you may have financial strategies, health tips, or life hacks that could help the younger generation navigate their own challenges. Over the years, you've built up a reservoir of knowledge about handling difficult situations. Knowledge that can empower others to manage their own lives with confidence. By sharing your practical insights, you're not only helping them manage life's challenges, but you're also teaching them the importance of perseverance and adaptability. Now, let's shift gears and talk about the importance of staying healthy as you age. Not just for your benefit, but for the benefit of your family, too. A big part of your role as an elderly member of the family is ensuring that you are physically capable of continuing to be there for those who rely on you. That means taking care of your health, keeping active, and managing your physical well-being. After all, the more you take care of yourself, the longer you'll be able to continue making an impact on those around you. Staying physically active can also help you remain independent for as long as possible. Whether it's taking daily walks, doing strength training exercises, or simply stretching to stay limber, these activities are essential for maintaining your mobility and vitality. By staying active, you not only improve your own quality of life but also help your family avoid the stresses and burdens that come with caring for someone who's unable to manage their own health. Plus, physical activity can improve your mood, boost your energy levels, and even help prevent many of the health issues that become more common with age, such as heart disease, diabetes, or arthritis. This is where it becomes even more important to model healthy habits for the younger generations. When your family sees you staying active, eating healthy, and taking care of your body, it can encourage them to do the same. It's not just about leading by example. It's about creating a culture of wellness within your family, one that prioritizes health at every stage of life. And that's something that will benefit everyone in the family for years to come. As we wrap up this segment, remember that the role of the elderly in modern families is not just about being a source of help and wisdom. It's also about being a guide through life's challenges, an advocate for healthy living, and an active participant in the community. The impact you have is far-reaching, and the contributions you make are immeasurable. So, let's continue exploring how your presence enriches your family, and how you can continue to make a lasting difference. Next, we'll dive into the ways that staying engaged in both your family's life and the world around you can deepen the sense of purpose and fulfillment you experience as you age. As we've discussed so far, the role of the elderly in modern families is one that extends far beyond providing practical support. It's about offering wisdom, emotional stability, and even teaching resilience through life's ups and downs. But now, let's explore the final aspects of how you, whether as a parent, grandparent, or simply as a member of your family, can continue to enrich the lives of those around you. The focus here is not just on being a passive presence, but on actively contributing to the ongoing growth of your family, fostering connections, and ensuring that your legacy carries on in a meaningful way. One powerful way that the elderly can contribute to their families is by helping bridge the generational gap. Today's world is vastly different from the world you grew up in. Technology, social norms, and even the way we communicate have all evolved. But this doesn't mean that your experiences and perspectives are outdated. On the contrary, your lived experiences are more valuable than ever. What might seem like an ancient way of doing things to younger family members can offer profound lessons in patience, perseverance, and understanding. Take, for example, the way you interact with technology. Maybe it's not always second nature to you, but by learning to use the tools that are now part of daily life, whether it's social media, smartphones, or video calls, you're showing the younger generation that learning doesn't stop at any age. You're also helping them to bridge their own gaps in understanding and appreciation of what came before. This kind of open-mindedness is something that can deepen the connection between you and your younger relatives. It allows them to see that, despite the differences in technology or societal trends, the core values of family, respect, and love remain timeless. Another aspect that often gets overlooked is how the elderly can continue to contribute to family decision-making. It might be easy to think that, as you get older, your opinions carry less weight. However, nothing could be further from the truth. Your years of experience mean that your voice is invaluable, especially when it comes to important family decisions. Whether it's about caregiving, financial matters, or even major life changes like moving or downsizing, your input provides a sense of balance and insight that can be a stabilizing force in family dynamics. It's important to recognize that the older generation often brings a level-headed perspective that is rooted in years of navigating the challenges of life. This perspective can help younger family members make informed decisions and avoid mistakes. The wisdom that comes with age is an asset that can help guide your family through both the everyday and the extraordinary moments of life. And while it's true that the younger generations might be more in touch with the rapid pace of change, they still need the foundation of stability and wisdom that you can provide. But even beyond offering advice and guidance, being a part of family decision-making helps you maintain your sense of agency. It reminds you that your voice matters, that you still have something to offer, and that you can actively shape the family's future. This is an important aspect of maintaining your own independence and sense of worth, knowing that you are still an essential part of the decision-making process, even in your later years. As we reflect on how you can continue to play an active role in your family, it's important to remember that your health, both physical and mental, is key to your continued involvement. That means not only taking care of yourself, but also encouraging others to do the same. One of the most impactful ways you can help your family is by modeling good self-care. When your children, grandchildren, and even great-grandchildren see you prioritizing your health, they are more likely to do the same. This doesn't mean you need to be perfect or be an example of flawless health. Life isn't about perfection. It's about consistency and effort. Maybe it's taking a brisk walk each day, eating a nutritious meal, staying mentally sharp by reading or doing puzzles, or simply staying connected with others. By practicing these habits, you demonstrate that living a long, healthy life is possible with the right mindset and actions. When you care for yourself, you not only benefit your own well-being but also the well-being of those you love. It allows you to stay physically and emotionally available to them for longer. And that's one of the most valuable gifts you can give: your presence and your health, allowing you to continue being a source of support, advice, and love for many more years. Finally, let's think about the long-lasting impact you can have on the younger generation when it comes to building family traditions. Whether it's celebrating holidays, creating special rituals, or even just spending time together, your presence helps solidify those traditions that bring families closer. Your memories, your stories, and your personal experiences become a part of the family's collective history. As each generation passes on their wisdom and values to the next, you ensure that the family's legacy is preserved, treasured, and carried forward. There's something powerful about knowing that the traditions you've upheld for years are being passed down to the next generation. When you're part of creating these memories, you help ensure that they continue to be celebrated long after you're gone. And just as you were shaped by the traditions of your own parents or grandparents, so too will your children and grandchildren be shaped by the memories they create with you. You are, in essence, helping to create a lasting imprint that will continue to guide your family for generations to come. So, as we come to the end of our discussion, I want you to remember something. The role of the elderly in modern families is not one of passive observation. It's an active, evolving role that remains crucial to the health, stability, and growth of the family. Whether through offering advice, providing emotional support, modeling healthy habits, or simply being a source of love, you continue to shape your family's story. Your presence enriches their lives in ways that go far beyond what might be immediately visible. I encourage you to keep embracing your role as a pillar of wisdom, support, and connection. Remember that your experiences matter, your health matters, and your love matters. The younger generations may be the ones driving change, but it's your legacy, your foundation, that provides the steady ground they stand on. So, stay involved, stay engaged, and continue to contribute to your family and community in whatever ways bring you joy and fulfillment. Thank you for watching, and remember, your journey is far from over. Here's to continuing to live fully, with purpose, and making an impact at every stage of life.